Previously on the Talos Principle 2. 1K had to work with body replication technology, which allowed him to transfer himself into copies of his own body. I wonder what would happen if the jammer was on the platform. Yes. So the jammer would keep working regardless of where the platform was moved. That's good to know.
Everything okay?
Did you know the founder?
I sure did. Not as well as Byron, but she was still around when I was born. I remember she came and talked to me after New Alexandria, told me how sorry she was. I never blamed her for that. It wasn't her responsibility.
What was New Jerusalem like when you were born?
A lot busier than it is now. My most defining memory is that it was extremely noisy, because something was always being built. Got annoying after a while.
Tell me about New Alexandria.
For some reason, we'd convinced ourselves that New Jerusalem wasn't enough, that we needed another city. We thought it would be easier the second time around. All it takes is a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of ignorance, and people die.
What do you think about the body replication tech?
It seems like something that could very quickly get out of control. You know that saying about good intentions? If we can solve problems by just making more people, how long before people just become a problem-solving tool?
That's all.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty. A beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Well, it would be a problem if we were susceptible to cold, but that doesn't really affect us, does it? In fact, my process is probably working at maximum efficiency here. Yes, I thought that would be a problem. Yes, I need all the elements for this to work. Right, yes. Something's definitely missing. As I need something to weigh that pressure plate down. Perhaps if I could reach that connector, I could use that to... Oh, it's at least worth testing. Oh, it actually worked.
I can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place. For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful in its own way. But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did. Yes?
But did you ever meet the family?
Of course I did. She and Cornelius were both there when I was born. Neath was just starting to take over back then, and they were still showing her the ropes.
What was the founder like?
Busy. There was always another problem to solve. Did you know that she never upgraded her body? Always prioritized everyone else. That's the kind of work ethic I wish more people had.
I agree.
You seem to be a hard worker yourself. I like that.
Do you ever crave companionship?
I've never felt the need for a partner as such. I've met a lot of people who do. Athena and Cornelius, Atal and Damien, Sarabai and Hypatia. But that's not really for me. So far, at least. But I do have social needs, like anyone. What I like is a pleasant buzz of humanity. Not too close, not too far. Something I can be part of without having it get in my face all the time.
Could these visions affect my mind?
The data stream overloads? Yes, they could. There are safeguards to prevent that from happening, but these aren't exactly carefully controlled circumstances. It's hard to predict. Our brains are absurdly complicated, which is why it's so hard to make more of us.
Why do you think the founder left New Jerusalem?
Maybe she just got sick of things breaking all the time.
So what exactly can these particle clouds do?
As far as I can tell, anything, which is insane.
How do you feel about Mayor Herman's policies?
I used to think it was the only safe way forward. Keep things simple and under control. Now I'm not so sure that ever made sense.
What do you think about Miranda?
She's so innocent and full of wonder, it should make me want to retch, metaphorically speaking. But I'll admit, she's sort of charming.
I should get back to work.
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it. If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps, in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands. Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
Right, let's see. Yes, definitely having that would be a good place to start. But there is the problem of... Yes, that would definitely help. Yes, I need the red beam. Blue beam can be next, once all the different parts are available. Yes. Need to get rid of any obstructions. So use that barrier, for example. It would also help if I'm in a good position. Everything is in place. Now to set it up to have a blue beam where needed. Here. I can see a tiny flaw in this plan. It requires a blue beam that isn't blocked by any barrier. Well, nothing that can't be remedied. Where next? Let's check this out first. Another option. That's the golden gates. What's down here? Might be worth looking into.
There's an old saying about how, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
Now I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no, you cured malaria. How dare you? Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
Perhaps they found it entertaining to show the worst case scenario. Well, it turned out that reality became so much worse. In fact, it was fatal. CAT. Right. This is something else to deal with after the puzzles are completed. The ones that have clearer directions. Yes, that is how this could work. I move here, then move the connector from blue to red. Although it would also help to keep it in the right place.
Congratulations, 1K. That was a hard one.
Not as hard as you might think. Let's see, let's check this must be one of the... Ooh! Slap. Body replication. Hopefully you
This
can...
looks like it has something to do with energy generation. Am I reading this right? The path to ruin is paved with good intentions. Right, let's see what's up here. What's also down here? There we are.
Yes, a red beam to free the copy, then a red beam to get the remaining elements of this puzzle, and then after that, well, the blue beam to complete it. Yes, I'll need a hexahedron for this to work. And I'll need the copy body's help to actually move it to where it's needed. Right. only one puzzle remaining. At least the ones that are on the map, anyway. Let's get... well, the lights turn off when they're actually completed. Right. This would be more complicated, as there appears to be 3 bodies in different locations. One where I need to move the driller, and 2 on the other side. And yes, a hole there would be necessary. I'll need that to be able to transfer it out of it. Clearly missing something. And not just a hope. To allow a red beam. Yes, thought something was missing. Now to make a bridge and see what else there is to say before.
Everything okay?
What do you think about Miranda's idea that it's our duty to spread life?
Our ancestors thought they could introduce new species to existing ecosystems, and it never turned out well.
I don't think that applies to places where there's no life, like other planets.
There's no life there now, but you can't see the future. You might be wiping out a whole ecosystem that hasn't even gotten started yet.
That's all.
For tricking the gods to help humankind, Prometheus was punished by being bound to a rock, there to be eternally tormented. The chains that held him were forged by Hephaestus, blacksmith to the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion?
Hephaestus only forged the chains. It was Zeus who bound Prometheus.
And is Hephaestus therefore absolved of the responsibilities of the Creator?
I concede he is partially responsible.
How unusual. Perhaps you are growing wise.
The pattern is holding. Solve the puzzles, enter the tower, speak to an entity, turn on the beam. It's like she's appealing to our past, reminding us of where we came from, but changing enough elements to make us view our history through a different lens. Or maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't know.
You might have something there.
I read about this in a book. It's called defamiliarization.
Yakut? I think I'm actually impressed.
Right. Before I head to the next area, I want to get those stars. Well, it looks like there's a treasure map and another chase sequence. Until next time. Hail the rabbit!